Hello, my crafty friends. This is Wendy of Expressing My Heart is helping you express yours through handmade cards and gifts. This is video number 3 of the April card class. As I mentioned before, we had a card class with bingo. It was cookies, cards, and bingo with the Latte Love bundle. So Latte Love, of course, this one, which is the stamp set, and this, which is the dies. So the stamp set and the dies is the bundle all together. We made 2 cards with that. The first one we did on the live, and those that placed an order previously received the card kit to make this particular card. And then I released a video of this card. This is card number 3. Card number 3 is actually a diorama card, and it is also a gift card holder. So there you go. So diorama and gift card holder. Oh, I didn't stamp that part. But we're going to make this card. Now, I did a lot of the stamping before I got on here, except for this part right here. So we'll see what I can get accomplished today. So what we have, and I'll give you the measurements as we go. This particular card design came from, I do believe that they're pronounced Mitusu cards, Grow Crafts. They are some awesome guys. They do great projects, but this is where I got this particular card design from. And these are the measurements. Yes, I hand wrote them. I can type them up for you if you request them. I plan to rewrite them on one of my my recipe cards so that I can put it inside of my inspiration binder. But this is the card that we're making today. So now, the card base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start assembling the card. The card base is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and it's scored. No, that's not this one. Oh, that's where that one went. There's only one score line on there. So that's this one. Well, let's look at it from this side because I've already cut the hole in it. I don't know. There he is. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Okay. So this one is 10.5 by 4 1/8, and it's scored at 1, 5 3/4, 9 7/8. So that's this long piece right here, which is going to be our base card. And then we have another piece of basic white that is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and it's scored at 5/8 on each side. Now, when it comes to the DSP, this one, because of the way this was made, I just went ahead and did it ahead of time. It is 3 15/16 by 3 15/16, and this is the front inside piece. Now, I know 15/16 is just a really irritating measurement, but it is not that bad. It's just before 4. It's the notch just before 4, so it's pretty easy to get to that particular measurement. And I used the Stylish Shapes to cut this out. He used the Everyday Details dies, but it's unorderable until May 6th because of the fact that it ran out. So I used my Stylish Shapes. I used the biggest one to cut out these guys, and I'll explain it to you in just a minute. And I used the third to the smallest. No, I think it's the second to the smallest to cut out this piece that's going to go on the front of the card. And I used the largest I guess you call it a flag or something like that, to do this one, which is going to go on the front of the card. Everything popped out of my little thingy here. There we go. It's all sitting in a little bowl. You know, I'm so glad that I got this little magnetic bowl. Thank you so much, Sharon. She was my inspiration for getting the bowl. But, okay, so what he did with this particular circle was a little different. Because most of the time we would glue them together and then cut the circle out. But considering that you need two separate circles for this, you need to center the circle in the middle of this piece, cut it out, and then glue this piece down. And while that circle is exposed, you put the die back on and cut this circle out. You're going to need them two different spaces. So I'll explain it to you in just a minute. Speaking of that, that's one thing I did not cut because I used, like I said, the largest die, the second largest die, we're going to use to make a border out of this. And I think that is centered. It's pretty good. And we take a Post-it note to make sure everybody stays together. And then we pick this up. And I usually bring the cutting board to me so that I can get it on there correctly. And then we're going to run it through my cutter. Alrighty. And then we're going to lift this up. And this is going to go back in its home so it doesn't get lost. I would do it off camera, but I really dislike it when I lose dies. So it's better to just put it back while I'm thinking about it. Alrighty, and so now you have these two pieces. So we're going to use those in just a moment. All right, so now let's see the inspiration card here. We actually used the back side of this. That's what it was. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add on actually what we're going to do is put this back piece on. It's the DSP that is measured 4 by 4, which is your inside piece. Let me take this thing away. That is going to be on this piece right here. So we're going to grab out some. I think I'm almost done with this one. Just when I think it's almost done, it kind of gives me a little bit. See, I hate to throw it away when there's some in there. But 4 by 4. So we're going to put this down first. And then we're going to take this mechanism. We're going to glue it right here to the left side of the score line so that this goes up. So what I'm going to do is, since it's right there, I'm going to lean this back. For this one, I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal Plus. Stamp and Seal Plus is the best for 3D projects such as this one because it's really, really good adhesive. And it is like my favorite. I am so totally biased to Stamp and Seal Plus. My little supply of Stamp and Seal Plus, I made it a point to, and this is a tip for you, get as many bodies as I needed. And when I say bodies, I mean this outer piece. So that's one whole thing, the body and the piece inside. This is like $12. And I got like 4 or 5 of those. And then all I do is get the refills now. And the refills are only $8. So like I said, we're going to butt this up here on the left-hand side. We're not going to push it down as of yet because we want to make sure that that folds. And then we push that down. And now we're going to marry these two together. So I'm going to put some adhesive on this side. There we go. Make sure it goes to the edge, but not over the edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to marry it to, I can see some falling over the edge there. Marry it together while it's laying down. There we go. And while he's laying down like this, I'm going to go ahead and put this cover DSP on. I'm not going to completely assemble the cover, but I'm going to put on this DSP, which is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. I call it the outside DSP. I'm just going to use this because it is handy. And this is the most handy glue I have. I mean, I do like my green glue, which is technically white glue, but they call it green glue because of the, you know, the green on the bottle. But I like my green glue, but I really like my Stampin' Seal Plus. Whenever you have like these jagged edges, I try to smooth those down because it looks better on the card. And because it is a perfect square, it doesn't matter how you set it down, especially with non-directional paper. Okay. There we go. So now we have the diorama part. We'll push that down and you have that. Okay, so now we put the paper here. So because there is 2 different sizes, I made it a point to know that the way it's supposed to go down is 3 5/16 goes this way. 3 3/4 goes up and down. So if you have directional paper, make sure you're cutting based on this. And the piece that I'm calling this is bottom inside. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to get some glue for this one. I do like this side of the paper, so I was kind of hurt that we had to use it. But no matter which DSP you get, because it's double-sided, which is a great little feature, you kind of feel a certain way about the side that you have to cut and cover up. So now we needed to get that down because this part is where the gift card goes. So what I want to do is, I was going to wait until later, but it's better to do this right now. There is a little stamp inside of the Latte Love bundle called this one's on me. And I love this itty bitty stamp. So we're going to get this one, that one, and we used pecan pie ink throughout except for the inside of my coffees, which I'll show you in just a minute. I used black to make it like a black cup of coffee. So I'm going to try to center this. And there you go. Not perfect, but it'll do, Plucky. It'll do. Put it all back so we don't lose anything. There we go. So now, with this one, you need the liquid glue. I'm going to get a different one. So that you can glue up 2 of the sides. And you just need a small bit of glue. kind of thick, I think. And then I'm going to take some up and put some over here because I don't need that much. I just don't want it oozing too much out the sides, so. And then I press down and let that dry. While I'm letting that dry, I might as well, you know, try to seal up my glue. Put it back where it belongs. Put it back. Don't put it down. Sometimes you'll hear me say that during videos. It reminds me to get stuff back where it belongs before I lose it. And it helps keep the area a little more tidy. You know, I hate these little pieces. I need to get another mat. I like this mat being here, but, you know, that's another story. But that is the gift card piece. So now we are almost done. We just have to assemble the accent pieces. Now, what we had before was these pieces. We're going to take this one and set the other two aside. And we're going to take some coffee cups because that Latte Love set lets me cut out the coffee cups. So it'll cut out a coffee cup like that. And I colored it in. I do not have the pecan pie Stampin' Blend. Nope. Yeah. Stampin' Blends? Yeah, Stampin' Blends. So I used, this one is Cajun Craze that I used here. And this yellow one is Daffodil Delight. Now, I think his name is, yeah, Barry from Mituso? Okay. Had, what did he suggest? Oh, he suggested using our silicone mat to stamp it and then put the paper down on it, get the image. That way you can have this handle of the cup on this side, but then you have to fussy cut it out because the die will only cut it this way. It would be great if this included two like separate cups of coffee, you know, like that, but it did not. So I am going with the easiest way to do this, and that is just 2 cups of coffee. Now, the way we added it in is we just popped the white piece up on dimensionals and glued the 2 cups of coffee down. You know what? As a matter of fact, with this one, I actually stamped it in that pumpkin pie ink here. That made it more of a cup of coffee with like creamer and stuff in it. But this one, we've got 2 black cups of coffee. I don't know about you, but I know some people that like black cups of coffee. Here's a interesting fact. I don't care for coffee at all. I love the smell of coffee, but I don't want to drink coffee. And yet this stamp set just makes my heart happy. And mostly it's because I know so many people that love coffee that when you saw this set, you could see how many people you make cards for who love coffee, especially little gift cards for like the one I have, Starbucks. I went and got a $5 Starbucks gift card, and that is a cute little gift idea. So now from here, we want to take this and try to center it in here to set it down. And I'm eyeballing it from the side here. Let me turn so the coffee cups are a little straight forward here. And there you go. That was easy. This little diorama card is not as hard as it looks, but it looks fabulous. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece, the border that we cut from this white piece, we're going to put a little liquid glue on. See, there's times when you need liquid glue and there's times when you need regular glue. And we're going to put little dabs of glue. I think that's the other one. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw that one away because I keep coming across it and I'm trying to hold on to dear life for it. This one is, it's ironically enough not a brand new one, but I was able to get the top off without taking all of it off. But I'm just putting little dots of glue so that it does not ooze out when I assemble this piece. But I've got enough glue to keep it held down. Alrighty, so we're going to take this and put it on top of here. And with the liquid glue, because of its forgivingness, you got a few seconds to move it around a little bit. There we go. So now we have this piece that's going to go on the front of our card. It's going to go right there. And we're going to glue this piece down. So we're going to use my Stamp and Seal Plus. You guys feel free to use whatever adhesive you want. I'm just saying, Stamp and Seal Plus is the one for me. And I center the circle in the middle. Ooh, I used a different side of the thing. Uh-oh, it's time for me to get dressed for work. Alexa's reminding me.
This is a reminder.
So now we're going to take dimensional and this small cup of coffee. I went ahead and stamped more of this because a lot of times what will happen is when you put the die down, you end up with that white edge. I don't always like to see that white edge. So I did it again and it got it a little more perfectly. It could probably stand to use use the edge of a stamping blend to get the edges, but we're not going to go through that. I'm not going to make you go through that. We're going to pop this up on one dimensional and put it more towards the top of the circle, because we're going to take this piece, which we're going to put on dimensionals as well. That one, and something like this. I try to put a dimensional on the middle so it doesn't cave in. And then put this right there. And you know what we call that? We call that done. So now we have this pretty card. It didn't take much to put together, really, especially when you pre-cut everything and then just go ahead and assemble. And then we have this. So just like with this one, we've got a gift card for this one. So this is card number 3. And I don't know, I think I might have stamped this, maybe I inked it up a little harder, or I stamped off. I'm not sure, because this is so much lighter than this one. And then I used a different side of this paper, which actually I'm happy with, to tell you the truth. But that is done. We're going to put our ink away, our glues away. Not put them down. Once again, we used the Latte Love Set bundle. The Latte Love bundle. And then we used the Stylish Shapes dies to add some of the accent pieces. Now, what I mentioned to the others before, May's card is, here's 2 of them. This one, which makes technically 3 cards, because that's a regular card, plus these 2 are actually cards too, and I stamped on the inside of these. And this one. This one has 2 pieces that fold out. I'm not going to open it right now, but these are 2 of the 3 cards that I will be making live. You will receive 1 kit, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to send a kit for. If you place an order of 25 or more from my site, I will be using the Ice Cream Swirl bundle. I absolutely love this bundle. As I mentioned before, I just love how this turns out. Isn't she pretty? That's cut out of glitter paper. And because of the way the dies work when you buy the bundle, you can turn this into a card as well. And then you have another card. Like that right there. Or if you don't like all the blingies, because some people don't like a lot of blingies, look at that. Isn't it cute? So if you want to join me for that class, it'll be at the end of May. Anyone can watch the class. If you place an order of 25 or more, you receive a card kit to make the card. Alrighty. Once again, I am Wendy Easler of Expressing My Heart, helping you express yours through handmade cards and gifts. Thank you so much for joining me. Those of you who join me throughout will have 3 completed cards. This one the card kit came with. This one that we made, I made a second video on, and then our 3rd video. So 3 Latte Love cards. You guys have a good day. I am off to get ready for work. Have a good day.